Miss Wanda stepped into the situation with the kind of energy that instantly makes people stop and pay attention. From the moment she opened her mouth, it was clear she was not here to soften her tone, not here to sugarcoat anything, and not here to let anyone twist the truth about her daughter, or her family. She did not warm up. She did not ease in. She went straight into the heart of the drama and made her position loud and clear. There was no confusion, no silence, no hesitation. She wanted everyone to understand exactly how she felt, and she said it in a way that only she can. She spoke directly, boldly, and with the confidence of someone who has seen too much, heard too much, and stayed silent long enough. This time, she was not letting anything slide. Everything began with people whispering online, making claims, stirring up rumors, and pushing stories that spread faster than the truth ever could. The rumor that Miss Wanda was filming with Arionne Curry hit the internet like wildfire and immediately created shock across Huntsville. Everyone knows exactly who Arionne is, what she was involved in, and how much damage she caused in the past. Her name alone carries weight, tension, and old wounds that never fully healed. So when people began saying that Miss Wanda was suddenly standing next to Arionne, people were confused and frustrated. They started assuming things, creating theories, and making up reasons why Wanda would be anywhere near her. But Wanda made sure to shut every bit of that down before it spiraled any further. She went online and spoke with the tone that left no room for misunderstanding. She said she was not filming with Arionne, not talking to her, not meeting her, and definitely not forming any kind of public relationship with her. She said she would never sit beside a woman who helped break apart a family, never support someone who caused another woman pain, and never involve herself with someone whose actions brought so much destruction. She said this situation was not funny, not clever, and not something she takes lightly. In her eyes, there are certain lines you do not cross, certain actions you do not support, and certain people you do not stand next to, and Arionne is one of them. After shutting that rumor down, Sheila thought things would settle, but instead something new appeared. A picture of Marsau Scott with another woman began circulating online, and suddenly the whole internet shifted its attention to Letitia's marriage. Everyone knows exactly who Marsau is, what she was involved in, and how much damage she caused in the past. Her name alone carries weight, tension, and old wounds that never fully healed. So when people began saying that Miss Wanda was suddenly standing next to Arionne, people were confused and frustrated. They started assuming things, creating theories, and making up reasons why Wanda would be anywhere near her. But Wanda made sure to shut every bit of that down before it spiraled any further. She went online and spoke with a tone that left no room for misunderstanding. She said she was not filming with Arionne, not talking to her, not meeting her, and definitely not forming any kind of public relationship with her. She said she would never sit beside a woman who helped break apart a family, never support someone who caused another woman pain, and never involve herself with someone whose actions brought so much destruction. She said this situation was not funny, not clever, and not something she takes lightly. In her eyes, there are certain lines you do not cross, certain actions you do not support, and certain people you do not stand next to, and Arionne is one of them. After shutting that rumor down, Sheila thought things would settle, but instead something new appeared. A picture of Marsau Scott with another woman began circulating online, and suddenly the whole internet shifted its attention to Letitia's marriage. Everyone knows Marsau has dealt with rumors for years, and anytime a new photo pops up, people immediately assume the worst. Huntsville reacts instantly. Social media jumps into detective mode, and the conversations become loud, messy, and full of assumptions. But Miss Wanda refused to let that noise tear apart her daughter's peace. She stepped forward again, and she defended Marsau with strength, confidence, and her own unique kind of humor. She said people always want attention, always want to start trouble, and always want to place their own misery into someone else's marriage. She said Marsau is well known. People want pictures with him all the time, and being photographed with people he does not even know is nothing new. She said if people really want to talk about attention, they should try walking with her because she gets even more of it. She was joking, but she was also serious. Her point was that images and rumors mean nothing without facts. She refused to let anyone push lies onto her family. But beneath her jokes, there was real fear and real frustration. Miss Wanda has watched how public pressure can destroy marriages. She has watched people lie, manipulate, and twist the truth for entertainment, all while ignoring the emotional pain it causes the families involved. She saw what happened between Melody Shari and Martell Holt. She saw the breakdown, the hurt, the public humiliation, and the fallout that destroyed a family. She refuses to sit back and let something like that happen to her daughter. She said she does not believe Marsau is cheating, at least from what she knows. And when she said, "from what I know," it hit differently. It reminded viewers that families only see parts of each other's lives. Nobody knows every detail. Trust exists, but trust can also be broken. But the real fire came the moment Wanda brought up Arionne again. She did not hold anything back. She said, "God knew not to make me Arionne's mama," and she meant it with her whole chest. She said if Martell Holt had done to her daughter what he did to Melody, he would not be walking around telling the story today. She was not speaking softly. She was not laughing. She was sending a message. She was telling people she does not tolerate disrespect, does not tolerate home-wrecking behavior, and does not tolerate people who play with families like they are toys. She said Arionne keeps falling into messy situations over and over again and never seems to learn. She said she can't understand how someone can be involved in so much chaos and still act like the victim. She said even God gets tired of pulling people out of the same trouble. When she said that, people felt it. It hit home because it was a harsh truth wrapped in Wanda's trademark delivery, blunt, funny, and honest all at once. Wanda said Arionne is now too deep into the hole she dug for herself, and pulling her out would require more than help from one person. In her opinion, Arionne crossed the line so many times that there is no going back. She said Arionne helped break apart a marriage, caused emotional harm, created confusion, and played a role in hurting people who did not deserve it. Wanda says she wants nothing to do with her because she does not support women who hurt other women. Then things took an unexpected turn. Wanda says she heard rumors that Arionne herself might be connected to the photo of Marsau with another woman. She heard people talking about TikTok activity linked to Martell and Arionne's accounts. She says she doesn't even use TikTok regularly, but she went to check because something did not sit right with her. When she saw it, she said, "half a damn, let me find out." And anyone who knows Miss Wanda knows that when she says those words, something serious is about to happen. She was hinting that if Arionne had anything to do with stirring rumors about Marsau and Letitia, the situation would become explosive. Wanda does not sit quietly while someone tries to tear down her family. She made it clear she was prepared to confront anyone who started the mess, especially if it came from someone who already caused enough damage in the past. She then reminded everyone that Letitia is not weak. She is not blind. She is not naive. She is a grown woman, and she will leave Marsau only if she sees something with her own eyes or hears it from the people she trusts most, her mother and her brothers. Wanda said no rumor, no picture, and no online comments will make her daughter walk away. Their family deals with truth, not speculation. And Wanda was not done. She circled back to Martell and Arionne's so-called happiness. She said if they were truly happy together, they would not keep bringing up other people. They would not keep throwing shade, and they would not be so focused on staying in the drama. She said happiness does not need to be proven, especially not online. Real peace is quiet. Real love does not require an audience. Real joy does not require attention. She basically exposed the fact that Martell and Arionne seem more interested in being part of the story than building a drama-free life. The truth is, viewers have watched Martell struggle emotionally, financially, and socially since his divorce. He has not found stability, and the chaos around him never seems to stop. Wanda said they keep feeding drama because they are not actually peaceful. They stay in the center of every conflict while other cast members try to move forward. Wanda closed her rant by defending Marsau again. She said the picture was false, the rumors were false, and she was done giving attention to lies. She said people love to create chaos because they are miserable, but she will not let it reach her daughter's home. She said Letitia is protected, guided, and surrounded by family who tell her the truth, not lies. But while all this is happening, there is another part of the story that cannot be ignored. The part about Martell himself. Martell is a man who moves with layers, always shifting, always creating stories that confuse people. He says one thing, then acts another way. He claims growth, but his behavior keeps repeating old patterns. Every time he tries to rebuild his image, something happens that undermines his efforts. A financial issue pops up, a story leaks, a conflict appears, a shady text surfaces. Something always exposes what he was trying to hide. And the more he tries to explain, the more tangled the story becomes. People who are telling the truth don't need long explanations. They don't need multiple stories. They don't need to jump from topic to topic. They simply speak clearly. But Martell over-explains everything because he's always trying to rewrite the story in real time. He also struggles with accountability. Whenever someone points out something he did, he immediately brings up the mistakes of others. He never stays on the point. He never accepts responsibility without a but. He can't simply say, yes, that was my mistake. Instead, he brings up everything except the issue at hand, hoping to escape through distraction. This is why Wanda's words hit so hard. She wasn't just reacting to rumors. She was calling out patterns. She was calling out behavior. She was calling out the truth behind the chaos. She was pointing out that the people who claim they want peace are usually the ones causing the biggest storms. And this is why the Huntsville audience listens when Miss Wanda speaks. She doesn't filter her thoughts, she doesn't pretend, and she does not play both sides. Whether you agree with her or not, she says what others are afraid to say out loud. She tells the truth with fire, humor, and honesty. And she leaves people thinking long after she stops talking. Because when Miss Wanda enters the conversation, she doesn't just add to the story. She resets the room. She forces clarity. She exposes lies. She shuts down rumors. She shakes things up. And she reminds everyone why Huntsville drama keeps people watching.